Dr. Shivago was at Disneyland this week. He went with his 7-year-old. Now, what was it? Tell me about this trip to Disneyland. 7-year-old girl you took there? What a nightmare that is.
7-year-old
I'm sure
daughter.
She had the time of her life.
Yeah, we skipped a little bit because of COVID, and so she hasn't gone as often as her siblings. And I figured, random Thursday in January, how crowded could it be?
Yeah,
crowded.
Oh, it's always crowded. It's that place is the most unbelievable cash vacuum I've ever seen in my life. Like, I even got upset when I had to park and get on that little caboose that they drive you from the parking lot to the park. That's another ordeal in itself. I was stressed out before I even got to the window to pay the tab, which is enormous. And then by the time you stand in line all day and you see you've spent $7,000, I wanted to kill myself. Your boy Carver High went to Disney World, same thing. Don't even tell me that place is the happiest place on earth. That's just for kids. Kids, it's happiest. For the parents, it's a nightmare on Elm Street. But then again,
wait a minute here. $7,000. Did you get that Star private tour and the guy walked you around? Jesus, $7,000.
Honestly, I spent at least $5,000 at Disney World and Disneyland. Are you kidding me? Staying there, going there. I don't know. You left. You went and left because you live in San Diego. I go there and stay, and then it turns into an ordeal. So you're going to Purdue and Oregon in Eugene on Saturday. You can't beat that.
Yeah, well, that's the trade-off. So I was taking the little one on Thursday, and then the wife manages all the kids on Saturday. Leaving at 8, back by flag football at 7 p.m. for my son. So it'll be fun.
Let's see if the Boilermakers can win in Eugene. It's Dr. David Chao. You can follow him at obviously ProFootball on X and SICScore.com, SICScore.com for the Sports Injury Central. All the inside skinny on injuries that you need, everything you need to be ahead of the game for betting. As you know, it's smarter to be on SportsGrid, and you tie it in with SICScore, you're good to go on game day. Mecole Hardman logged limited practices all week. Will he be activated for the game, or are they going to save him?
Well, I think it's a coaching decision. I think he's ready to be activated. Remember, when you're talking about an upper body chest injury, his legs are good. He's been there. I think it's just a matter of what Andy Reid wants to do, but he's ready to go.
What about Jalen Watson?
Well, he's been full practice, so he should be good to go. The question is he good for 50 plays or 25, right? And Chris Jones coming off the rest with his calf is going to be good to go. That's a big help for the Chiefs defense.
What about Mahomes off of his numerous ankle problems?
Yeah, I've been asked that from a lot of people. What about Mahomes and his rust, and what about his ankle? I'm like, the improvement of the ankle outweighs any potential rust. First of all, Mahomes doesn't really have rust, right? Mahomes magic. But his high ankle should be near 100%, which is bad news for the Texans.
What about Joe Mixon for the Texans? Because he was limited, and then he was not even at practice this week.
Well, here's what that means. Nothing on Wednesday, limited Thursday, out Friday. That means he got hurt Thursday in practice. There's no film. He's had ankle injuries before. It's a playoff game. I think he plays, but I think he's going to be less than 100% when he does play. And Shaq Mason obviously is not really back fully yet either. And that's been a big difference maker for Mixon on the ground.
Robert Woods and Al-Shaair are both listed as questionable, but Woods didn't practice, and Al-Shaair only got to limited practice. Do either of them get on the field?
Well, I think they're both going to play. Robert Woods is going to play. It's always vet rest for him. And Al-Shaair, the linebacker, look, it's a playoff game. He's got a high motor. He's going to try and play as well.
So the Commanders had a bunch of guys that were limited in practice yesterday. Crowder, Farrell, Wagner. Are any of them in doubt for Washington?
No, I think they're all going to play. Bobby Wagner's going to play. And the big one is Daron Payne. He dislocated his thumb. He'll have a thumb spica cast splint on and still play. And they need him because of no Jonathan Allen still from his pec.
What do you expect from Montgomery of the Lions after his knee injury?
Look, we never thought he needed surgery. We talked about it on your show. He's back, full go. The only difference is I think he's now the 1B. Before he was hurt, he was the 1A. Jamar Gibbs was the 1B. Now I think Gibbs is the 1A and Montgomery's the 1B.
A.J. Brown's wonky knee, how is it?
Vet knees. That's one of the reasons Tennessee didn't re-sign him. It's been on and off. My worry is he didn't look great last week, and that was coming off essentially a Week 18 bye for him. So that doesn't necessarily bode well. And obviously, Nakobe Dean is done for the season for the Eagles.
Tyler Higbee had blood in his chest. That sounds like me when I had my heart valve blow off my heart and I had blood spraying all over my chest. Is he okay?
I think so. To correct media reports, he was never hospitalized from that game. He was sent to the hospital for evaluation, then discharged and flew home with the team, which gives him a chance to play. And even though he, quote, coughed up some blood, I think he's got a chance to play.
How dangerous would it be for the Ravens to play Zay Flowers on a rock-hard field in single-digit weather?
Well, I don't think that's a consideration. He's not playing. He's officially listed as doubtful now. I saw video of him this morning. I had forgotten which knee was injured. I looked at him doing agility drills. I'm like, oh, it's the right knee. He's not anywhere near 100%. We said all along on your show, he's out at least the first 2 playoff games. Next week is maybe if Baltimore can get by Buffalo.
Will Ray Davis clear protocol for the concussion, or is it just going to be James Cook for Buffalo?
Probably just James Cook. You can't predict concussions, but probably just James Cook at this point in time.
What was your favorite ride at Disneyland, Dr. Zhivago?
Anyone that had a lightning pass without where I didn't have to wait. That was my favorite ride. Okay, the waiting 45 minutes for Alice in Wonderland. That was not wonderful, but my daughter wanted to do it. The lightning pass where you can walk on, that's the way to go. Any of those rides. And she surprised me.
That place is the cleanest place on earth. I'll give him that. All right, Dr. Zhivago, have a great weekend.